Do everybody back?
Speaking of Arya Stark, what does Evie feel about all this?
Oh, am I Arya Stark now? I don't think Evie's cool enough to be Arya.
You're not.
We've already established that nobody can be cool in Brickroad's D&D game.
Yeah.
We're not allowed.
So she asks if there's a way that executions are done amongst your people.
Fire.
I mean, no, we're not doing that. We will hang him or we will behead him.
So what do you tell her?
Can we work him to death?
No. Yeah, I described the two means of those are the two means of execution I assume are done in Fernisco, right? Hanging or beheading?
Execution is not that common in Fernisco, actually. If you remember, there was a whole list of tenets and specific penalties for each one.
And the only one I recall was burning to death.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm still allowed to burn people alive.
Listen, Evie, and Victor will say this in Fernisco. We're not in Fernisco anymore. We can make our own rules. If we work him to death, he will die slowly, always hating the fact that he is with us, and we can tap him for as much information as we can get about this area.
Look,
If
it
we
says,
kill him, we lose everything.
much discussion amongst yourselves about this topic.
Or
Are
you can
you-
kill us in this.
Are you confused as to the methods of execution used amongst your people?
No, we would hang him.
She nods. She says something to the other man here, and he moves down the hall and away from you. She says that she's instructed him to have the others build a gallows, and it will be done.
We would prefer that our people were to see this so that they know that justice has been done for the loss of our man.
She says she will give you his body to take back.
I guess that's acceptable.
And with this, she retires back to her solar. And leads you back.
Leads us back where? To the solar? Or?
Back to the solar.
Okay. Moving too many at once.
And then she asks, with this thing done, there is peace between your family and my family now, yes?
If your family will respect our borders, we will respect yours. There can be peace between us, so long as there is no need for any further violence. But there is still the matter of the other clan. Can you tell us anything about them?
Let us speak first about your borders. I would hear of these borders.
So, the King of Darkon, Aslan Rex, has granted us essentially all of this land. However, I am willing to recognize territory that is sovereign to you. So long as you do not harm any of my folk, we will not harm yours.
Your Aslan Rex has what authority to grant lands to you? She's already told you that her people don't recognize this king.
We have been sent here to set this land to rights, to rebuild the towns that have fallen to ruin, and to make this a place of peace. I do not desire conflict.
Somebody who's not Evie can give me an insight check here.
Who's got a high insight?
I got a +4.
Probably more insightful than
+7, I just have to... Hold on. It's a 9, because I rolled higher than the 3 today.
Is Jeannie also rolling this?
Oh, I can. Yeah.
Oh, can we all roll?
Everybody but Evie.
21.
17 for Victor.
Jeannie.
Mhm.
Evie says we were sent here to set the land to rights, and you see the woman bristle at that comment somewhat. She's guarding her emotions well, but you can tell that that comment did not go over.
Evie, Victor will say in Ferniscan, maybe before we go asserting rights and how we're going to fix things, we should find out how things are in the current state.
Well, that's what I asked her.
No, you said we were here to take over.
You said that Aslan Rex sent you here to set the land to rights, to repair the villages, and you've just also described having your borders here. That's what she's talking about now. She waits patiently as you guys speak amongst yourselves, but only for a minute or so.
Realistically, the border we care the most about is the place we're actually going to be living. If there could be a common arrangement that there are common lands that anyone can hunt as long as they don't attack each other, that would probably be suitable.
Yeah, that's the typical arrangement, correct?
You're the Duchess.
There's nothing typical about what's happening here.
These people have much to teach us. We should find out what their status is.
So, as I said, we are not familiar with how things are done in this territory. We only know of how things were done in the land that we came from. If you could enlighten us as to the structures of society here, that would be very useful, and it would prevent further misunderstandings.
She tells you that you come to these lands as invaders and conquerors, but that some of the clans have tested your strength. And again, she reiterates that you will not win a war that you cause. You cannot conquer these lands the way you're expecting. If there is to be peace, you and your people should pack your wagons and leave.
Problem with that is we don't have anywhere else to go.
She shrugs. There are many wanderers in the mists. They land somewhere eventually. We landed here.
So did we.
Let's assume we don't wish to go. How can we build a more peaceful relationship in that situation?
She tells you that her word has much clout with the other clans. That if you were to offer an appropriate homage, she could persuade the other clans to allow you to live within their borders.
And what would an appropriate homage be?
She thinks for a moment. She says, I know that the village that you occupy is not well peopled as of yet. I know that you're placing repairs, planting fields, and perhaps by spring more settlers will arrive. A traditional homage would be a virgin girl at the turn of every 6th moon. Is this acceptable?
You are talking about a human sacrifice.
I am talking about a payment. That you be allowed to live peaceably within our borders.
So long as we offer you blood.
She shrugs again and says, the previous occupants of your village saw this to be worth the price.
That is not something I can pay. It's going to have to be something else.
And she's listening.
Suppose we were to share a certain percentage of our crops every harvest.
She
Jeannie looks very unhappy.
shakes her head. Says, if we wanted your crops, we could take them.
You could try. Jeannie snaps out.
Evie glares her down.
She tells you that the wolf that you killed and beheaded, his name was Kelki, and he had gone around to the various clans asking for asking for manpower, so that they may test your walls and see your strength. The men who joined him, 2 and 3 perhaps from each of the clans, were the ones that felt they had something to prove, something to gain by winning a great bloody victory. 2 of them were my own sons. You've seen them. 1 shall be hanged. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, Duchess?
These men feel that they have something to prove.
I am saying that their numbers are larger than yours, and individually one of these men are better than one of yours. You wield great magic, but it won't be enough.
Is there no other arrangement that can be come to?
She shrugs. She tells you again that her word carries great weight with the other clans. If you can appease her, she might be able to appease the rest of them.
Is there any service that we could render to your clan?
She thinks about that for a moment. What are you offering? She's not going to suggest anything. She needs...
I mean, we don't have anything to give.
Yeah, I mean, the village doesn't have much right now. She already said she doesn't want crops.
You did notice that the camp outside had no fields planted. These people don't sow.
Oh.
What would you do with this version? Would you sacrifice her or make her one of yours?
She shrugs, says that is the prerogative of the tribe that takes her.
I mean, giving a young girl every 6 months is just a slow death for a village. So that's, I mean, you're just killing us.
Would you prefer a swifter death? It could be arranged.
So we have noticed that your clan does not practice agriculture. Is this a trade you wish to learn?
She shakes her head for a moment, and she informs you politely that her sons and the men of the other clans are carnivores. They're predators.
Mm-hmm.
What if we could provide them livestock?
Can you do this?
That's what she's asking for.
Mhm. It will take several seasons for us to establish trade of that manner, but we would intend to eventually cultivate livestock in these lands.
And what would you offer?
We would raise a certain percentage to be shared with the clans that would be willing to be peaceful.
And she's waiting to hear what percentage you're offering.
That's... I mean, what would you consider to be an appropriate offering?
100%. All of it.
Well, we can't do that.
Again, we come back to, if we wanted your livestock, which you do not have, we could take it.
Edmont is just getting more and more angry as this whole situation progresses.
Like visibly angry, like getting more upset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Eugenia is too. She was visibly angry at the first veiled threat.
So what you are saying is that there is nothing that we could offer you.
She just repeats that the previous time the village was settled, they sent a virgin girl at the turn of every 6th moon, and this was seen as acceptable homage.
Was this their idea of an offering, or was this yours? It seems like you're simply telling us what they gave you, not what you actually want.
What's Victor's goal here? What's he trying to accomplish? Like, what is he
isn't
trying to
telling
find
us what
out?
she wants. She's just talking in circles.
Well, no, she's been very clear about what an acceptable payment would be.
Victor would like to get information about what she and her clan actually wants or desires, not necessarily what they've been given in the past. But if they had a true choice between what they would want, what would that be?
A virgin girl delivered every sixth moon.
Oh, that's what they actually want. Okay.
Like, that's... This is something that they cannot acquire otherwise, apparently. Evie has said that she won't do that, so she's now waiting for Evie's counteroffer.
As an aside, I just need to say that in the current campaign that I'm running, I put my players in exactly this position, and they said yes to giving the girl away right away.
Wow. Sounds like you play with some real dicks.
Who's the real dick? The dick who does the dicking, or the person who put them in the situation to do the dicking?
Dude, it's dicks all the way down. It's just all dicks.
Hot.
Dick is a
Anyway.
turtle. Turtles all the way down.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Listen, I have no idea. God, this is. Ugh. I hate this. I hate everything about this. Honestly.
At this point, the door opens again, and one of her sons peers into the room. Says, Mom, we put together the gallows. The rope has been slung up. And he's speaking very somberly. And she rises to her feet. Shall we?
Jeannie looks at Evie, and in for Niskin, she says, we can't give her that. Like, again, it's just a slow death. It's a slow death of the village.
I can only think of, besides us, the only virgin girl we have is Tenny.
Jeannie's like, yeah, virgin girl. Right.
Yeah, Victor will make sure there are no virgin girls. It's okay.
Wow.
Whoa, gross.
Okay, so Victor is not allowed to be unsupervised with any of the women in the village.
Outside the room, the man you selected from the cage is being held by the arms by two of his brothers. And now that he's in the light, you can see all of the hair off part of his face and down his chest has been singed away. And he's been badly burned. And he seems resigned to what's about to happen next. And they start dragging him up the stairs, and the old woman motions for you all to follow.
All right. Evie will go.
And without much ceremony, they're taken outside, where they've thrown a noose over this ramshackle gallows that's been thrown up in the middle of camp. Two of the men put him around the neck, and they, using just the strength of their arms, pull the rope through the pulley at the top. And he dangles there, kicking and thrashing for a couple of moments, and eventually hangs slack. At that point, they drop him to the ground, and they start wrapping his body up.
How many men are outside total?
Probably about a dozen. And after the spectacle is over, she takes you back downstairs to resume your conversation.
You said that this Kelty was a rabble rouser. As far as I can interpret it.
He is.
Didn't we kill him?
Oh, he's dead. You cut his head off and tore all his piercings out. She assures you that his brother is more even-headed.
I see.
Why don't we come back to this topic of human sacrifice? What else is on this list to discuss?
I don't think we're gonna.
I don't think it's gonna work there, Chief.
Like I'm gonna whisper to Edmont and in Ferniskin. I only see this going one way. I think we should leave
Ekon nod.
and leave and start getting ready to defend ourselves.
She's telling us pretty point blank that we will not win this fight, and I believe her.
So, Duchess, what's the decision?
Evie says, I'm certain that in time we could come to some sort of arrangement that would be beneficial to you.
She tells you that she doesn't know the land that you came from before you lived here. But she has to imagine, she has to wonder what would happen if conquerors came to that place but did not bring enough strength to conquer it.
We did not come here to conquer. We came here to make a place of safety and hopefully to make this land prosperous. And I see no reason why that the inhabitants of this land could not share in this prosperity.
A week ago, there was peace. You then arrived. Now 4 are dead. 2 of yours, 2 of ours.
We understood that coming to this place would hold certain risks.
If there is to be no more agreements, I will have to speak that with the other clans. If I have nothing to bring them, I can give no assurances as to what happens going forward. The provocation will continue. I would also have to imagine there would be more killings. She speaks very frankly. She tells you that the clans will have blood of your village, whether you will it or no. You can give them someone, or they can come take them. She says, perhaps as a first offering, a show of good faith on your part, since we know that your villages are not yet peopled. Select among them, say, a criminal, a man you dislike. I believe this could buy your way to spring, at least. There must be someone amongst your number. Someone in that village amongst those men who are cutting down the trees, besoiling the water, raising large fires. And she keenly turns over and glances at Ekon. Can you give me one man, Duchess?
How long do I have?
She tells you can take as long as you need. But after you leave this room, if there's no agreement, then there's no agreement. The only assurance she can give you is that her boys will be brought to heel. There will be no more violence from her part, but she cannot speak for all of the clans.
I think the
And what are we to do when each clan asks for a villager? Should we give the entire village to all of you?
They won't.
But you don't speak for them, do you?
Again, she repeats that her voice carries great clout amongst them.
I think the only acceptable sacrifice in Evie's mind would be for her to give herself.
Do you tell her that?
No.
No. I'm not ready to go there just yet.
Okay.
No, we're quickly running out of time and
Yeah. I
and
think
posturing here. The posturing is over.
I
This is
I
kind of
think
the put up or shut up kind of a situation.
I'll
Edmont, give me an insight check, having said that.
$14.
14?
Yeah.
Thinking about it along those lines, that you're in this put up or shut up situation, you have this sinking feeling in your chest because you realize that you've already shown the extent of your strength. That fireball might be the most powerfully destructive thing you've seen any of your companions do in battle like that. And you're positive Ekon cannot do that repeatedly. They've seen you at your full strength, and they don't seem scared of you.
I think that a non-aggression with this tribe is the best we can hope for here, because they're asking for things we're not prepared to give, and I think we should just bow out gracefully. And I'm saying this for Niskin, and prepare for the other tribes.
Do you tell her that?
I tell Evie that, and for Niskin,
Okay.
I
So here's where it stands. She's saying if you offer one of your people and turn them over to her as an homage, that could placate the other tribes until spring. It's currently just in the middle of summer. You're buying yourself almost a year. If she's telling the truth.
That would essentially set us up to basically do a witch hunt of our village for someone who's done something wrong.
You don't have anybody in mind, really?
we're not giving her Dennis. Dennis hasn't done anything.
Did Brick read Discord?
Dennis is just a big dumb carpenter that happens to look like a jerk.
What about Zombie Boy? Can we give her Zombie Boy?
He's not alive.
He's also not in our village.
He's at the edge of it, and she didn't say it had to be alive.
The cemetery would technically be part of the village.
So specifically, she's asking for just what, someone in our village at the moment?
To be clear, she's not asking. This is much more of a demand. She's in a position of strength over you right now.
Hey, but she's demanding.
What she's saying is that this homage would, because she knows that there's not really a suitable virgin in your village. You don't have a great population yet. But if you prosper, if you do manage to make a settlement there and more settlers arrive, and then you also settle other villages in the area that you've been to.
But at the moment, she is specifically asking for a person in the village?
Yeah, give her one of your people.
Okay, so she doesn't explicitly say it has to be a living person.
We can't. She's not.
You're not going to loophole your way out of this. They're not stupid.
Yeah.
They're not going to sign, like, you're not going to go bring in a lawyer and go through everything in triplicate and then loophole your way out of it. You need to be dealing with a Batisuf to do that.
So,
If you agree to something and then trick them and go, but well, technically you're just going to make them even more mad.
yeah.
So after you guys
Well, I
have
haven't-
spoken in Ferniskin back and forth a little bit, she says, so there's no agreement then?
Edmont really wants to say something, but he would be stepping out of he'd be speaking out of turn.
By all means.
Evie's at a loss here.
Like Jeannie's gonna gesture at Edmont and say, "Go ahead and yeah, go for it." I'm gonna encourage you to do it. You don't have to take my advice.
And you, we've barely even had time to consider any one of our number a criminal in any sort of capacity. But could you give us, say, 3 days?
She thinks on this. I will send one of my sons back with you. At the end of the 3rd day, he will return here with a man of your choosing. I would agree to this.
Mm,
And
So be it.
Victor looks around at the room he's in, and he'll look back to Mo. You know,
I don't think that's a good idea.
no, he's going to make the comment. If we were to agree to this, what else would you be willing to give us aside from a pact of non-violent, or your attempts to make others not violent? Would you also be willing to share knowledge? It seems you have a large amount of accumulated knowledge that we could benefit from.
And she shakes her head. Says, I was asked for peace. These are the terms under which it can be provided. I give you nothing
Evie.
else.
Evie, like, here's the thing: is like, if you're not willing to give them a person, and I'm not willing to give them a person, I'm very against it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we need to don't string them along, say no thank you, and leave. Because right now, as we're standing, we have peace with this tribe.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to bring her son back to the thing and then at the end of the 3 days tell him, no, I'm sorry, you can't have anybody. Because that'll just piss this tribe off again and we'll have one more enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer is yes or no. Like, we need a yes or no decision. Do we give them a person, yes or no? If the answer is yes, we can go with Edmont's suggestion and spend a few days and find somebody suitable. If the answer is no, we need to leave.
You could give him Lugren.
I'm not gonna give him my brother.
Maybe he's arguing with the voices in her head.
If you give them Donique, she's kind of useless.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we're in a no-win situation here. We either we do this or we slowly die over the next couple days.
We do this, and then we turn the entire population of our village against us.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody in this conversation has thought about the morale of the village. Or
Jeannie, make an insight check along that line of thought.
I feel like the villagers would be happier knowing there's peace.
oh, that's an 11.
An 11? Okay.
Yeah. You know what? No, it's just 11. I was going to use lips, but like we've already, like, it's not peace though. It's, well, in 6 months, who's going to go next?
It's
Yep.
the Hunger Games.
As she starts to stand and get to her feet, says, it is regrettable that an agreement could not be reached. If you will excuse me. And she turns to go back into the room behind her. She opens the door and disappears within. The door closes.
Well, fuck.
Like, I'm sorry, McDohl, for kind of, like, I get what you were going there, but I feel like if we had told her no, at the end of the 3 days, and I feel like that's where we were leaning.
And then a moment later, from outside, from above you, you hear the sound of a horn echoing. And that's where we roll initiative.
It's getting some fucking major mental health issues right now. He's just gonna sit here at the bottom of the initiative order and...
That's not true. I rolled 2 19s on initiative. Didn't roll anything else over 3. But...
I'm right there with you, Edmont.
Gonna sit right down here at the bottom of the initiative order and...
Was Ekon... He's in the room, right? He's not way up here in the entryway.
Sorry, what room are we supposed to be in?
Down here in the cellar.
Yeah, if we were talking in that room, I was in that room, sorry.
So go ahead and place your... Would you have been sitting in this chair here?
I was in the ladder, which is...
right. So
Orson was sitting in a chair.
So you got the ladder propped up against the back of this bookshelf, and you were sitting on the rung.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ekon, you're at the top of the order. She disappears back in this room, and then a moment later, you hear the sound of a long horn blaring from, like, very, very echoey, somewhere up above you. And you suddenly know that it's a very bad idea to continue to be in this room.
Go ahead and cast light on my shield. What do I see once I make it out of the door?
You see the T-junction. I'll let you use your action to make a perception check.
No, I mean, I'm just going to keep going.
Okay.
I've already used my action to cast light. So
Oh, that's true.
it's 10. So I can get to there.
You get to there, and you see 2 men in their werewolf forms at the base of the stairs. And it looks like they're moving in your direction. They're coming down.
Okay. That's the end of my turn. We got Black Token next with Genie on deck.
Okay. You hear growling and footfalls emerging from the stairwell behind them. I will let anybody at this moment use their reaction to make a perception check.
Sure.
Everybody but Ekon would have to make this a disadvantage because everybody else is still standing in the room.
Oh, look, fuck, then never mind.
I might for something else.
11.
Just guess.
11? Can anybody do better than 11?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, let me.
Then yeah, Ekon, the 2 wolves standing at the base of the stairs. What?
I'm rolling. Hold on.
How long does it take you to roll a die?
It's a 3, so who cares?
Ekon, the 2 wolves standing at the base of the stairs don't move from their position yet, but you can tell more are coming from that direction. You hear the footfalls and the growling. And who's next?
After Ekon, after Black Token, we've got Genie with Evie on deck.
Genie, fix it.
Okay.
I don't think we can fix this situation.
This was a closed door down here, right?
I'm sorry, which door?
Right here.
Yeah, yes, down at the south end of the map, that's a closed door, opposite the
Okay.
cells. You were not
Alright.
shown what's in that room.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20. 25, 30. I use my action to summon a... Well, to start with, since we were already spread apart, if I had gone before Ekon in the order and we were a little less spread out, I probably would have started with the protector turret, but I'm going to summon a flame turret.
Okay.
In this square, this is the small turret that takes up the square.
This is the skitterer.
No, this is not the tiny turret. This is the small one.
It still skitters, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
they all skitter. They all have weird gangly spider legs.
Gross. Who's next?
That is
After Genie, we've got Evie with Orson on deck.
oh sure. Don't let me use my bonus action. That's fine.
What were you using your bonus action for?
I'm not.
Okay.
Not now.
Oh, yeah, I'm not. No. Go ahead. I get it. Well, before Jeannie ends her turn, she would say to Ekon, "Do we need to check this door to see if it's an exit?"
I think we're deep underground.
Yeah, you remember you came around this spiral stair, probably 2 landings or two full turns before coming to the first landing. So it is relatively deep. Is Evie just moving to that square?
Yeah, I can't see. Are there supposed to be tokens here? Because we can't see them.
There are only 2 that you can see at the moment right here.
See one. Yeah.
Okay, we couldn't see those.
Gross.
We're gonna leave this place. I'm gonna collapse this frickin' tunnel.
Oh.
I was gonna say burn the wood.
Yeah, Evie's gonna end her turn. I can't reach anything.
Okay. Who's next?
See, after review, we've got Orson with Victor on deck.
Orson's gonna stand here since he can't get in front of everybody.
Okay.
Okay, so
And he's gonna dodge.
Sounds good.
all right, so this door have a lock on it?
Yes, it does.
Does it lock from this room or from the other side?
Presumably she locked it from the other side. So far you haven't tried the handle, but you do see the locking mechanism. You see a keyhole.
Okay, so for his action, he's going to. Can I try and open the door, and if I can't open it, try and pick it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so
Try the door, and sure enough, it's locked.
so Victor is going to try and open the lock if he can.
Make me the Dexterity Thieves Tools check.
So if an 11 doesn't pass, then it would be a 15.
15?
Yeah.
So 15, you hear the lock click over. And then from inside of the room, it would be incorrect to say that you're used to the sounds of werewolf growling at this point, but the growl you hear from the other side of this door is most definitely not a werewolf. It sounds significantly larger. You have unlocked the door, though.
Can I relock it as a bonus action?
You don't have the key.
So then,
Victor, the next time you have an idea, I need you to stop and then just punch yourself in the dick.
but where's the fun in that?
Be pretty fun for
This
us.
is fun.
So Victor will yell out, "Run!" and his bonus action is going to be to disengage. Or dash, I guess.
Yeah, dash. I'm picturing like one of those.
So after Victor, we've got Edmont with Ekon on deck.
There's like a self-help poster that would like hang up in like a medical office or something with a cartoon version of Victor being mauled to death.
You know, it's dodge.
Dodge there. All right, who's next?
Yeah.
We've got Ekon. Do we actually know what werewolves are attacking us?
It looks like these 2 are going to attack you, but they haven't left their position just yet.
I don't think we can differentiate werewolf clans at this point.
I mean, you don't they're no longer in their human form, so you couldn't recognize them anyway. They are giant humanoid bipedal wolves with vicious claws.
So in that case, what Ekon is going... But they're definitely like... They're the ones that are going to be attacking us. Like,
Oh yeah,
right now, we just heard a horn.
these guys here definitely have turned into their wolf form, and they are aggressive. And you've heard more coming down the stairs.
In that case...
Are they within 5 feet of each other?
Nope.
Okay, just wondering.
This range... Range is 60, okay. 5, 10, 15, 30, 60. So Ekon will go ahead and drop a miniature sun. A flaming sphere right there.
Nice.
I always picture Ekon's flaming spheres having little smiley faces you can't see, but they're there.
What?
So I'm going to need 2 saving throws, DC 15 on dexterity.
I have a 14 and a 4. I'll let you decide
No.
which one failed.
They both failed. You need to make a 15.
Oh, never mind then.
What you gonna do, Brick Road, huh?
I guess burn my werewolves.
So let's go ahead and be enjoying... This is 2d6, right? Oh my god, why does this sheet not just say the damage? Sorry. I believe it's 2d6.
It is 2d6.
Yes. Yes, it's
Unless
2d6.
you use a third.
So they both take 8 fire damage.
Okay. And the room
And this is a flame
illuminated
turret, okay.
by the
This
flaming
room.
sun.
We'll move to there. That's the end of Ekon's turn. Next we have Black. Actually, they can attack the turret. That's fine.
Yeah, the turret
Oh.
is got an 18 AC.
We've got Black token with Genie on deck.
Okay. How long does the flaming sphere last?
10 rounds.
Okay. They're going to move away from the flaming sphere for sure.
I think it's 25 HP.
Yeah, it's ending your turn next to it. You have to make a save. So if they just leave, they're fine.
This one's going to take up position in the hallway. Yeah, they're badly singed. And do not want to sit next to your sphere, that's for sure. Is it solid? Can things move through its space?
No, it occupies its space.
Okay. All right, who's next?
After Black token, we've got Genie with Eevee on deck.
All right. 5, 10. So how tall are the ceilings? I'm just wondering.
A little taller where you're standing because you're standing in a lower part of the room. From the upper room, probably 10 or 12 feet or so. So
Okay.
maybe 15, 18 from where you are.
Okay. I'm just wondering because remember my turret has a climb speed, so like if I decide to go up the walls, I just wanted to know how much clearance I had. I don't plan on doing that currently, but 5, 10, 15. Turret walks up, looks up to him, little horse head, because remember it's a knight, and just I need a dexterity saving throw from this. Your DC is 15.
I have a 15.
Okay. I think it's half. Let me double check because I haven't used this turret in like 10 sessions. Yeah, dex for half. So he takes 2d8 half of. Half of 11
Okay, so
fire
5
damage.
points.
And anything flammable in a 15-foot cone is now ignited.
Okay. And the flames
And
lick up the banister and across the stairs, but there's nothing really to ignite.
Wood floor.
And I'm not in the way of the egress of everybody, am I? Like if they to escape this.
Yeah, they can. Well, these 2 squares are viable. You can shoulder along them if you need to.
Okay. And this werewolf does a 16 hit.
Does indeed.
Okay. He takes. I need 10s because this is a firebolt. Pleased to be enjoying 12 fire damage.
Okay.
And that is the end of Eevee.
From what?
Genie's turn.
What did you do to him?
I hit him with a firebolt.
Firebolt. Okay. And
Yeah.
moving or staying put?
I am staying right here.
Okay, who's next?
Got Evie with Orson on deck.
So I have an important question. Does
No.
this flame turret count as an ally?
We established no.
No.
It's an object, not a person.
10, 15. Oh, throw a knife at this gentleman.
Okay. He's not a gentleman,
Wonder if
he's a
this-
werewolf.
I wonder
Okay.
if this is the one you previously pre-stabbed.
You don't see a wound where the stab would have been, so.
Oh, well, I missed.
Okay.
Yeah, so Evie's just gonna.
Shoulder her way back. Who's next?
Do you want a bonus action, Evie?
I don't know if I can use bonus action because Victor can't see these things.
I can.
Oh, I guess I'll go to Jeannie then. Say, yeah, Jeannie gets advantage on her next attack
Okay.
against this werewolf.
Got Orson with Victor on deck.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to dodge.
Okay. Who's next?
Victor with Edmont on deck.
Victor's going to go here. So, is Victor's familiar on its own initiative, or
You can act
Right
either
at-
before you or after you.
all right? I'd like it to act before me if that's possible.
And do what?
Fly up and distract the werewolf.
Okay.
So that I can use my bonus action to.
Oh, wait, because moving the familiar there triggers his held action.
Okay. Very smart.
I have a 12 to hit.
Well, our owl has an armor class of 11, so
That hits. So yeah, as soon as the owl swoops over, he lashes up with one of his claws, swipes it out of the air.
Eats it. One bite. Didn't even grill it.
Can't bite because he can't multi-attack with a readied action. So he can make one.
There's
melee
nothing to
weapon attack.
eat. It vanishes into the ether.
So yeah, Victor, you just sent your owl to its death.
whatever. I'll summon anyone later.
We are going to need to get that counter back up and running. Nobody in this group can gain experience until that happens.
Trouble.
All right, so
Oh, come on.
I don't know,
I think we
5.
burned trouble. I think we burned trouble at the stake. No.
bonus action: Hunter's Mark, the wolf,
Sure.
and then we're going to throw a sonic dagger at him.
Okay.
Does a 25 hit?
25 will hit.
Just verify something real fast.
No, Veritas, not Verify.
Verify Veritas is our great grandfather.
So that would be 21 points of psionic damage.
Why so much?
What?
You don't get your sneak attack.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. All right, the 11 points of psionic damage.
It's still not bad.
And it is bloodied. Victor, moving or staying put?
He will. He'll move back one square.
Okay. Who's next?
Edmont with Ekon on deck.
40 feet gets me there. I'm
Okay.
going to stab this werewolf with my harpoon.
Is it a magical harpoon?
It is.
Very good.
Does a 21 hit?
Sure does.
That 3 just wanted to be there that whole time. That's going to be 7 points piercing damage.
Very good.
Second attack. Stab him again. That's only a 10 to hit.
10 will not hit.
Key point dodge.
Very good. Who's next?
Ekon with black token on deck. So 5, 10. Can I climb up here?
I'll say the square with the banister counts as difficult terrain, but yeah, you could hoist yourself up and.
It's 25.
Well, this is up. Okay.
Yeah, this
Then
level
I
is
am-
above you, about 10 feet.
I see now.
Ekon raises his holy symbol, and I am going to need a DC 15 saving throw from both of the werewolves
Okay, well,
and any other
Before
creature
that,
that isn't one of my friends within 30 feet.
before that, entering this square triggers the other one's ready to action.
Sure.
I have a 13 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, now you may commence destroying my werewolves.
Yeah, now I need that 15 DC saving throw on con from every enemy within 30 feet, which should just be those two werewolves for anything else that's invisible or something.
I have a 6 and a 21. I'll let you decide which one failed.
Let's have the one that hasn't been damaged yet fail.
Okay.
So they're going to go ahead, and I'm a 5th level cleric.
Ooh.
So they're taking 20 radiant damage. Half on a save.
Okay. So the other one still takes 10, yes?
Yep.
Yeah, he's looking real bad now.
And as a bonus action, I roll my sphere 30 feet up these stairs, and if it runs into anything, they get to make a saving throw.
Saving throw dexterity.
15, yep.
Is the sphere rolling along the ground, or does it like hover
Yes.
above the ground? How heavy? Is
It can hop small barriers.
How heavy is it?
It's
Sorry,
flutter.
how what?
How heavy?
I mean, it's a sphere. It occupies its space, so things can't enter it.
Right, but it's made out of fire, so it's like a ball of plasma, right? It doesn't really have any weight to it. Okay.
Yeah.
It does stop if you run into something.
Yeah, when it runs into something, it'll stop.
Well, it
And that's when
moves
the safety
out of
comes out.
sight of you, and you can just barely see the illumination of the sphere through the doorway when it comes to a stop, and you hear a werewolf howl because it was in the way. Oh, that's a 21 to save.
Okay, so they don't take any damage, but the sphere is blocking that square.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn. Next up.
It's half as much on a save.
Oh, you're right, because it's a leveled spell. Thank you. So those are the wrong dice.
Yeah,
Treble. That's going to be half a 7.
I'll get my D8s out of your way.
And after Ekon, we've got Black Token with Genie on deck.
Black token. This one's going to move around and attack Genie. It would have to leave Edmont's threat range to do that.
He would also enter Orson's.
Yep.
Genie's the one he's worried about, though.
Go for it. I can take it.
He's going to take 2 hits if he does.
Well, shh. Don't help the DM.
And the
I
monster-
say it. Don't help the monster.
Would you rather everybody not play by the rules, Treble?
I have. I literally just corrected somebody who was rolling sneak attack damage when they didn't get it.
We're just going to maul Edmont to death. You're dodging, yes?
I am, so you're gonna roll at a disadvantage.
Once they realize you're hard to hit, they'll probably move on to easier quarry there. That's going to be a 6 to hit
Nah.
and a natural 20,
Distressing.
which I'll throw out because it was rolled alongside another 6.
Well, heck butts. I was about to say, damn, Bricker, that's some numbers you rolled there, homie.
So this one, it's decided it needs to go through Edmont to get to Evie. And this one is attacking Edmont from the top of the banister.